The last 24 hours have been mayhem. We brought 3 new shows on to Backbeat Media recently, and yesterday was the day that I sent an announcement out to a lot of our media partners. I'd kind of mentioned them piecemeal here and there, but it was time to just make sure all the media buyers at all of our media partners and agencies had all of that stuff, and the details on the shows and everything. Sure. It's like, let me do this all at once. I made what I now know is the decision. I was going to call it a mistake. I don't know that it was a mistake because it was very effective, but I did this at 6:30 p.m. my time last night.
Okay.
And then I left my desk for the day thinking that I was wrapping up work for the day.
Sure.
Yeah, no. I wound up all evening and all morning and all day. I've been transacted by people who are wanting to include them on. Yeah, no, it's all really good.
Problem to have, yeah.
Yeah, it's not it, but it was just surprising to me. It's been a fairly slow Q4, although I will say the last week or so has seen a lot of things picking up for Q1 buys. They're happening later this year than they typically would. So people are out actively working on these proposals, and then to get these new things on their desk, they were all like, great, can I get this show on these 4 proposals? And so it was like, all right, let me find these podcasters and ask them if they'll approve these sponsors. And it was never ending. I mean, I went to sleep, but it didn't really change anything. Eventually went to sleep. So it's been, but that's great, right?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good news.
Well, and as you had some things in front of you getting to the studio and getting things to start the show today, and we started talking offline here about what gets in your way to succeed. And I like your comment. It's usually not big things that stop you, but it's often stacks of smaller things that get in your way that you got to overcome, right?
Yeah, and I think that's true. The little things are more important than the big things. In that it also in terms of growth of a business too. It's all the little things that you do that help you grow. It's rarely, sometimes certainly it's one big monumental thing that you do, but most of the time it's the little things. But yeah, all the stuff that gets in the way. It's like I was trying to do something before we got together here. And really just reconciling some bank statements. That was it. That was the project.
That's a nightmare. Yeah.
But
it's got to be done.
The thing is, I tell myself that it's a nightmare every time. Yeah. It turns out it really isn't. It's a fairly straightforward process, and it's very routine, and it always takes less time than I've convinced myself it's going to take, and I'll procrastinate it anyway. Well, today was the one time that proves all of my prior procrastinations true. Because as soon as I started, it took me a half hour to re-log into all the banks. For whatever reason, everybody needed the new stuff, and this was here and that was here. And it's like, I just freaking want to log in. Why are we doing this? But I had to, in order to download everything into QuickBooks. I got to, be able to log into the banks and slurp it all in. It's like, no, you got to re-authenticate this and re-authenticate that and re-authenticate this. And it's the little things that add up and slow you down. Yeah.
And I think we often make, that mountain out of molehill type thing. You make it seem, I was reading something this morning where it's like the 2 most important parts of your day would be, this is the make your bed concept, right? It's get out of bed when you say you're going to get out of bed. And then the second one was slay your dragons first thing, which is the stuff you've thought about. Maybe it kept you up at night. But I agree that little things get in your way of, what can you get done? What's your plan? And I count myself fortunate that I have a very fluid schedule, so I'm able to kind of maneuver and swim to what I want to do. Which is not often. Well, sometimes not what I should be doing.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But the little stuff and getting things done. We were having some technical issues and everything. But yeah, what's in your way? I mean, let us know what you guys find out is, in your way. Feedback@businessbrain.show.